The bean says, hey.
Hi-ho! Oh, she did put her little fingers
like,
up. Hey guys! So, we've been a little stressed out lately, so we thought, this is gonna be kind of like a venting session, so it's gonna be a little bit different, kind of like story time, life update, kind of fill you in on what's been going on, because we need to talk about some things, but first...
We need some coffee, man.
Yeah, we are coffee snobs, so we've got the French press here. If you have not had coffee from a French press, I mean, are you even a real coffee drinker?
I don't know if they can hear that or not.
Oh, they will.
That in and of itself is a therapeutic sound.
It's a very satisfying sound. Oh, there's Bitcoin guy.
Another thing that we have to talk about.
We'll talk about that. We will talk about Bitcoin guy who lives in our building. Let's get into the juicy stuff.
All right.
Where are we gonna start? We're gonna start with like...
We decided a while ago that we needed to move because we had the chub and...
Well, we've outgrown where we live now, which we've talked about that with you guys before.
Even if it wasn't for all the other things, we have to move because we need a little bit more space because this bean's rather large.
She's large and in charge, aren't you, Chub?
Yep.
So, in the immediate area that we're living in, where our building's at, is fine, but the area as a whole, like, I don't know how big of a mile radius you want to say. There's a lot of sketchy parts. Okay, so much so that the other day we came home and a homeless man took a mattress out of the dumpster.
He was sleeping
in our parking lot.
On a mattress.
No, he put it on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Yeah, sleeping. That kind of stuff. There's just shady characters, too shady walking around.
Yeah, one of the characters you might have heard us mention a second ago was Bitcoin guy.
Oh, Bitcoin guy.
Bitcoin guy is he's a man who, I guess, sells, trades, buys Bitcoins. And,
which obviously,
hey,
is unconventional like
fine.
us. That's fine.
That's fine. You want to make money however, cool, man. But the guy bought like 6 cars. He has like a Rolls Royce. He's got a Bentley. He's got a giant truck thing. He's got a custom 68 or 67 Impala.
It's a Cadillac. Chevy Impala. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
And he takes all of these cars and he parks them next to our building, up like all right next to where we live, so there was no parking spaces.
Yeah, and so you'd think, okay, well, I'm thinking, why, if this guy's got so much money, doesn't he go live in a house or buy a house? Well, so what we found out is our property management sucks, just flat out. They're terrible, they're completely horrible, and they've also been letting people live here kind of like under shady pretenses. So he's not even on a lease. He got one of his friends to sublet an apartment to him. And he's a very unsavory character. He's done a lot of other things. He did ask Cody if he could pay him to move our car out of where we parked because he wanted to keep all of his cars lined up.
Like a caravan.
Anyway.
That was kind of, I'm like pulling my baby out of the car. He's like, hey bro, can I pay you to move your car? And I'm like, no, I gotta park somewhere else, man. How many spots do you need? I gotta tell him about the fireworks. I gotta tell him. He bought like $1,000, maybe $2,000 worth of fireworks. And he lit them all off. They were all, that's cool, blowing up your shit on the 4th of July. But then he left all of his trash just like
Well, no, but he did it in a parking lot.
Yeah,
in a restaurant that got condemned and shut down that's next to us, which that's another thing. I don't understand. Like, people said this area was on the up and up. It's not. We gotta get out.
Yeah. This
is another thing that we gotta like talk about because this whole moving process has been like really stressful.
It's been months on end.
Yeah. So I've been looking, on the rental websites like forever, and then I woke up one morning, flipped it open, and was like, oh my god, this house is perfect. Like it's everything we want. It fits our budget. Blah, 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 blah. It's going to be great.
We went there, visited the family. They were military.
Well, she was a military officer, and we thought we're a shoo-in. We're military veterans.
Definitely can afford the rent. We can prove it to them and stuff like that. They meshed with us. We meshed with them.
It was a really good vibe.
It was great.
And then she was like, can't wait.
Yeah. She's basically said, we're going to rent to you.
exactly.
That's what she said. So, but they weren't leaving until a month after our current lease at this place was up.
This was like the first house that they had ever owned, and they had never rented out a house before. So they were kind of unfamiliar how to rent properties out to people. So they sent us a virtual application, which I had never seen before. Every other place that me and you have rented in the past, and whenever we used to own a house and we rented it out, you just show bank statements.
Yeah.
You know, what's in your savings account, your bank account,
How
blah
much you
blah
make
blah
every
blah.
month, yeah.
Yeah, because that's how you prove your income. But see, she was asking us what we did for a living, and so we told her like we do online training and Instagram, YouTube,
blah, blah.
Advertising on social media,
And
like I model.
How most people respond to us whenever they ask us what we do, and we tell them, they're like, "Oh, cool," kind of like they have no idea.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't, and that's fine.
We even went so far as to extending our lease by a month because
to make it match up perfectly.
Yeah, and we were ready to like put the down payment down. She said this is how much it's going to cost for the security deposit, blah blah blah. We're like, okay, cool, let's do this. What do you need us to sign? Where, how much? We got it. We'll do it. Let's do it.
So we thought that we were all good. She said, yes, you guys are gonna move in. We're set, ready to go. And we didn't even look at any places for like a week. And then she texted Hope and said, oh, we talked to a financial advisor and he told us that we probably shouldn't rent to you because we couldn't verify your income in the application. And Hope was even like, we'll show you bank statements, we'll show you like our savings account, we'll show you everything.
And she mentioned a comment, or one of her comments was that, me and my husband are unfamiliar with your career path, pretty much. And so I texted her and I was just like, how many months of bank statements do you need to see? Well, I'll show you our savings account, like contracts that we have signed with companies, like
flat out,
whatever it is you need to see for us to verify our income, like let's do it. And she just was like, no, we're just gonna have to decline. So pretty much we got discriminated against because of what we do for a living. And that was pretty hard for me to take because...
Yeah, Hope didn't let that go for a while.
No, I'm still pissed off about it.
Yeah.
Because, well, once she let us on hardcore, a whole family, and so even for us to like extend our lease and stuff, which she told us to do.
Yeah.
That's right, because we verified with her.
Yeah.
And even after like we filled out the application and stuff like that, like she said we were good to go.
That's really shitty to do. She said yes to a new family. We had the Chubb with us. She knew that we had a baby and everything like that. And she still just like went back on her word. And that sucks. But a place that we found.
Oh, so we found a place.
Yeah, we did find a place.
Meets our needs. It's great.
It's beautiful. It's like right on the water. It's, it works within the lines of what we do. It has a gym on the premises and everything like that. It's
nice amenities, because the place we're living at now has no amenities whatsoever.
And it's definitely a step up from where we live in, and we're excited about that.
We only have 3 weeks, less than 3 weeks before we have to move now.
Yeah.
And problems are already starting to happen
with
this new place.
Yeah.
So that's why we're like, oh my goodness.
So, we signed the lease for the new place, right? And it gave us all these instructions on, hey, here, call these people to set up the electricity, call these people for the internet, blah, 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 blah. So, first step, I start calling to set up the,
Yeah.
I start calling to set up the electricity.
Cody's on the phone with the electricity company, and they're like, we don't have that address registered within the USPS Postal Service or our system or anything like that. And we're like, okay, we forgot to tell them this is a brand new place. So the place that we're going to go move into, like nobody's lived there yet. So we're like, okay, like it'll... Maybe something's like messing up with their system, blah, blah, blah. We'll call the property or the leasing company at the new place. So we called them, and the lady picks up the phone and sounded completely like surprised by the whole situation. She's like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I'll have to look into that and blah, 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 blah. And she said she was gonna call us back that day, didn't call us back for a little while, so we're starting to get worried because we're like, okay, like,
what the heck's going on?
Are we even gonna be able to get electricity sent up to this place? Because you kind of need that.
After that, she called me back with, turns out that somebody gave the address slightly wrong to the electricity company. And they wanted me to let the leasing office accept for the utility bill and then bring the utility bill to me every month.
Well, no, yeah, so what she said was, because you kind of jumbled it up.
Yeah.
The electricity company has the leasing office's address as the place for electricity.
Yeah.
And it was registering our thing as an apartment, but it's not an apartment, it's a townhome. And she was like, well, what we can do is just have our mail lady collect your utility bill at our leasing office, and then we'll give you your electricity bill.
And I'm like, so why would I want a third party between me and the electricity company to get me my bill? Like, how can I trust that? I'm like, no, you need to fix the address with the electricity company so that I receive the bill. And she's like, oh, okay, well, give me a week. And we're still waiting on that.
It was like, oh yeah, I completely understand. And we're like, yeah, like, we need to get our bill to our house.
It's a new property, so we're trying to be understanding, but like all the amenities aren't built yet. Pool's not built yet.
It's like almost done, but they've already had to push it back and delay it. And yeah. And maybe some of you guys are like, well, why'd you guys choose that place? There's a lot of other places.
Dude, do you know how hard it is?
It's so hard here.
It's so hard.
It's a really hard, I think what's been really difficult for us is because like we live in Tampa, for those of you who don't know. And it's a really fast growing area. They said that there's like 100-something people that move to the city every day.
Yeah.
Bill Gates and some other investors just invested $3 to $5 billion just up front, threw that money in right away into this area, in our downtown area. So that's going to take like 5 years to complete. But it's just growing and growing. You wouldn't even believe, like, they're just throwing up buildings all over the place, and like there's buildings like and houses that will get put on Trulia or Zillow, and like in an hour they're gone. Maybe not even an hour.
We'll call places like that have been posted for a short period of time, and they're just like, nobody even answers the phone. It's like, you can't find places quick enough here. I've got everything lined up except for the electricity, obviously. And
oh yeah, you've been setting up that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, family's gonna come down here and help out. And something else that we did not too long ago, which I kind of have like, I haven't talked about it at all because I felt like really weird about doing it, and then we were like, you know what, like, we need help, we're just gonna do it. But we hired a part-time nanny. Yeah! Chubb loves her, the nanny loves Chubb, like it's a really good fit, and it works out really great for us. I'm chubby. Oh, she wants the boobs. Chubb's, you know, she does this thing.
She's a little shark in the water.
Yeah, she tries to get snacks, you know, even when she's not hungry.
No.
No, you gotta get those boob ideas out of your head, baby girl.
No.
She's like, but they're right there. I see them.
Just have them.
You could just give me one.
Just give me the boob.
Just give me one boob. Oh, there we go. She's playing with the wipes back there. Okay. So yeah, the nanny's gonna come here in a couple hours because me and Cody have got a date with some of our friends. So we're gonna go out and have some mom and dad time.
Woo, woo.
Woo, woo. What you think about that, girl?
Like, I don't give a shit.
Oh, look at, she's a faker. She's just a big fat faker. You're not hungry. Oh, you being shy now. Oh. We had thought about hiring a nanny for a little while, but like for some reason I felt super guilty about it, and I'm like, well, we run our own business, we work from home, like we should just do it all and blah 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 blah. We don't need help. But then like we just started realizing like we need help because we're busy like all the time, and then we're just so much more busier with Chubb.
But we're still busy.
We're still busy all the time, but getting a nanny has really helped. And I realized, I was like, you know what, this is silly because most people that work Monday through Friday have to
Yeah,
bring
you
their
gotta
kids to
bring them to daycare
daycare
or
or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know like if we'll ever show her in our videos just for privacy reasons, probably for her and us. I don't really know how comfortable she would feel being in a video. So maybe in the future she'll be at our house and you guys will like know she's there because you can hear in the background or we'll say something, but I don't know if we'll ever introduce you to her. That'd probably be for the best.
I feel a little bit better venting a little bit, talking about all of our trials and tribulations. What about you?
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, like, we've got each other, so she's being real silly back there. It's gonna work out because it has to, right?
Yeah.
Because it has to.
We're gonna make it work out, but you know what?
I don't know how it's gonna work out within the next 3 weeks, but we can't stay here any longer because there's just a lot of other...
Regardless, I mean, wherever we're gonna move to, I mean, I think pretty sure we're gonna move to the place we signed the lease at, but it's gonna be better than where we were at 3 years ago. And we got each other. We got the chub.
That place was crazy where we used to be.
We got everything we need.
Okay.
We hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be seeing you next time.
We love you guys. Catch you later. Bye.